let me get another one. Fire, I saw like crazy, just spit out his gum. What's up, y'all? This is Jesse here at the Beardbrand Barbershop in Austin, Texas with my friend Dan, and we're gonna clean him up for the holidays.
Let's do it.
All right, Dan, what's the plan today, my friend?
You know, I've been growing this out for a while, and
Yeah,
it's getting
since I've seen you. So.
Yeah, it's just getting too crazy. And so I just wanted to go pretty short on the side here, and pretty short on the top. I usually like a little spike here.
Something super easy that you just get up in the morning and just kind of mess it up and get out of the house.
Exactly. Yep. Something that can be kind of messy looking, or you can kind of make it a business look too.
Okay, cool. Cut all this down with the shears, and so it could be messy on the weekends, and if you need to just like lay it over, it'll lay over for you.
I love it.
And then I'll probably tune up the beard a little bit as well. Just line it up and just kind of blend everything in here, and then just sharpen it up a little bit.
That's great. Thank you. It was cool because you know the scene in like The Dark Knight when Batman's overlooking this like Gotham? Yeah. That's how the windows were. And so it was cool to wake up every morning and like kind of look over Pittsburgh. Felt like Batman a little bit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what made you want to cut your hair off, man? Because I saw in your notes when you first booked it, you said it was just a trim.
Yeah.
And then you messaged me 2 days ago saying that it's cutting it off, man.
I know. So like I've been thinking I wanted to grow it out for a while. I never have.
Yeah.
And it just got to a point this week where like it was getting way too much to handle, and it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. And so I'm like, I'm just gonna go back to high and tight for a bit. I guess I was looking forward to like if I could take my hand, just kind of run it back through, and it would just kind of sit there. It wouldn't happen. I would get like this look, and so I'd be on like WebEx meetings, and it just kind of looking crazy when I did that. And so wanted to make sure I was looking fresh for work too. Yeah.
After the new year, man, we'll try again. Yeah. We'll come in for some more trims, and we'll get it figured out, man.
I never asked you, did you lose power last year?
Yeah, man, we lost power, water for 8 days.
Wow.
Dean didn't come when he was supposed to, otherwise he would have been born during that snowpocalypse.
Wow.
So he was just a little bit late to make it easier on us, but her being 9 months pregnant during the snowpocalypse wasn't easy on her either.
Wow.
It was just a whole thing, man, a week, 8-day long process. And
yeah, that's something you'll never forget for sure.
Yeah, I've never been through anything like that here in Texas, man. Born and raised here. I mean, like, it goes from like, oh, there's sleet on my trash bin outside. Now there's like, oh, there's 3 feet of snow, and then the whole state's in peril.
Is that the most snow you've seen here in Texas?
Yeah. Oh, like hands down, man.
Wow.
Just working on the fade right now, man. I'm just probably clean up the fade and nice and tight until we move to the top. I like mostly working from the bottom up. So I'll do the sides and back first, make sure that's all good, and then move into blending all this out and then chopping down the top.
It's like a work of art.
Yeah, man. How's your art going, man? I see you walk in with something. I'm a little excited, man.
Yeah, it's the holidays. I'll give you something after.
Okay.
So this year, I've got into like acrylic art and acrylic pouring. And I've been messing around with resin quite a bit too. But if you're not familiar with resin, when you see pieces of art, it gives it like that glass look when it's done.
Yeah.
I got to a point in my life where I had so many things that I wanted to do that I realized if I didn't do them, I would look back and be like, man, I wish I did those things.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm just gonna go do it and just jump into it. And
that's awesome, man.
It's been so cool just to see like how my work has changed since I started. It's been such a good creative outlet for me.
But I know what you mean about those creative outlets, man. I used to do a lot more before I had a kid and before I started working again.
Yeah.
I developed my own film at home. I did leather work. I sewed. I did all kinds of stuff. And so we hopefully when we buy a house, we can have some more space to do those things again. Because she likes to paint.
People that aren't leather crafts or any type, even like art, for example, you can make limited run pieces of like, hey, this is a 1 of 5. That way you can control your inventory.
So I'm gonna do that with barber capes next year, man.
Oh, cool.
The people who are making my suit for the wedding, we were in talks about hopefully getting some like small batch barber capes, like handmade, some like limited edition, like.
So like that's gonna turn into another like creative outlet for you too.
Yeah, the whole design, because getting my suit fitted was a incredible process, man. Yeah, getting a custom everything down to the buttons, the stitching, pockets, what kind of pockets where, how many,
Yeah.
like every like detail of the suit, like I got to pick. And so that was me being, you know, into fashion and stylish and stuff.
Are you guys, is next year the wedding?
Yeah, January 6th, man, a couple weeks now.
January
Jeez,
6th?
Less than a month, bro.
Wow. Countdown.
Yeah.
Right?
You can't even, like, you can still kind of say it's next year, but
Yeah,
it's, like
it's next month, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of stoked to see Dan going a little bit shorter than usual. He always kept his length, and we always, we've worked together to fight some certain calics and stuff for quite a while, and so it's nice to just chop it down and see what we got underneath all that hair.
A few years ago, I got into the beard scene a little bit too, and you know, I had a beard that was like pretty long, and it was the same thing. It was cool to kind of see how that evolved and you know, go through that process. And I had just never done it with, you know, the hair on the top of my head, so I wanted to try it with that too. Same thing. If you don't try it, one day you're gonna look back on it and be like, man, I wish I did that, or like, what would it have looked like?
I basically, you know, look at this beard right here, man. You know, I mean, I'm basically almost at Greg level, if I'm being honest. You know, I thought we should start a barbershop prank where I go up to like guys getting their badass beard trims, like, hey, dude, like, I'm almost there, dude. We're pretty much the same, like, and then just kind of put him in an awkward situation, like, dude, that's not the same, but okay.
I think that's one thing I kind of miss. I had my mustache curled out. It's like I had the curls on either side.
Yeah.
And it was just such a cool, you know, wherever you go, it was just like an icebreaker. You know, everyone would always ask me, like, oh, how do you get that to stay?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like, I'll never forget, I was in the airport going through TSA one time with the mustache, and I didn't hear the guy, and he just yelled up, he's like, hey, dude with the mustache.
Dude with the mustache.
I looked up,
right?
and it was me.
Right. Just doing the one, man. I'm not gonna. It's gonna stay relatively low. Just to add a little bit more of that a taper look instead of like the super hard fade, like, and also like it's gonna end up being about mid once I'm done blending. I just sometimes don't do the guidelines because sometimes I find it quicker depending on the hair type. You know, you can't leave any lines if you don't put any in. I've said that before, and it's kind of like just a different way of looking at fading. Especially on the neck taper, you want to check the mirror because the hair grows in so many different directions. Where you're looking, where the light's hitting, and what the mirror will show you is all different. Which is why you see me like turning my clipper so many ways, because everyone's neck ends up getting pretty crazy. Done with this blend here. It's kind of pokey. Around here, his hair's so straight, but I'm gonna cut the top down first before I refine the rest of this blend right here. This is maybe 4 inches, leaving them with about anywhere from 1.5 to 2 to 3. Always like to leave a little shape, a little more in the front than in the back. Dan being a stylish guy, we have to leave room for style. We can't just cut it all down finger length and leave them with nothing. My resolution was to be more creative, man.
I love it.
Outside of the shop. In terms of like posting a TikTok or starting a YouTube. Want to buy some new camera gear, kind of get back into that.
I think I've followed Peter McKinnon for a few years on YouTube.
Yeah,
and just
so, man.
seeing his photography change and the gear, it's unreal.
This is like true hipster stuff right here, but I knew Peter McKinnon since he was on Illusionist. If you know, you know. Okay. So he's a magician, or was a magician, or is, I don't know. He doesn't talk about it on his photography channel. But when I first saw that dude on YouTube years ago, I'm like, I recognize that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he used to sell me magic when I was in 5th grade. Like, so yeah, I did a graduation, left it pretty normal, but now I want things like this length out. I want this corner out. And then we'll go in and put in some texture and probably tighten up some corners.
Hey Jesse, I heard you talking about resolution, man. You should probably make a resolution to cut hair better.
Oh my god. Bob's been out for 3 days, so just I'll let him.
It's a lot of pent-up energy he's got to get out.
Now he's just thinking.
Right. Well, he's writing them down in his little black book that he's got. With this haircut, in most haircuts. A lot of it is about that silhouette from 5 feet back. It's not even about like the details when you get up in it. Of course, those details are there, and they're built into the haircut. But it's like I want to make sure it looks good when you can't see those details. When you're standing back and you see the overall shape of it.
I think that's one of the things I like about this style too. Is once it grows out, like it's got so much more versatility where you can just lay it down or kind of roll it over too.
When I blend these corners here, I'm doing a lot of point cutting because with how straight his hair is and everything like that, I'm using texture to kind of hide straight lines, and that's where I switch over to point cutting for a softer look. And then those kind of things get lost in that texture that the point cutting puts in. So instead of cutting this straight across, I'll just go in and point cut it. I'm gonna blow dry his hair now, shake it out, and then see what we're left with to fine tune any details. So we'll move on to the beard.
It's been a minute. I'm like used to the hair falling and covering my face.
You say you like 4 vices, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm going with the styling balm instead of sea salt spray, because you can get the styling balm dry enough, tacky enough to give a nice fuller look, stickier look, if you will. I like that heavy, dense like texture rather than just a light, flowy texture. It depends on the hair, you know. I like sea salt spray for longer, maybe mullet textures or something like that.
When I was growing it out, I was using the sea salt spray for a while from Beardbrand, and it was super helpful.
Cowlicks, when we talk about Dan's hair here. And he's just got a certain swoop to it. It's just a real defined swoop that you gotta go with the flow instead of fighting it.
I think that's one thing I appreciate about you is, I've been to barbers in the past before I moved down to Austin, and like everyone just tried to tame it and control it, and you're spot on. Like you gotta let it do its own thing and work with it.
It's both. Yeah, to control it, you gotta understand it, man. You know, mustache off the lip, Dan?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, see, I see the centers that just grow out quicker than everything else.
I've got the Beardbrand scissors I got a few years ago, and they're incredible. So like I'll trim it once in a while.
Yeah.
But I knew I was coming in, so like, I'll let it go for a little bit.
Man. What's like your home maintenance with the beard and the mustache, man? What do you do at home with all that stuff?
Well, the big thing is with the scissors. Like I'll trim the mustache to the lip line, and I try to like keep my natural lines on my face. The big thing I struggle with is down here.
So do you edge up the cheeks at all?
A little bit.
I'm not gonna chase any lines low, but I'm just gonna sharpen this up where you have on the cheek. And
it's the under part. Like I've always heard, there's a certain line to cut it to like give it that depth or that shadow. And I've messed around with like a straight line, like kind of fading it with, like I've even heard like kind of get a curve right here. And I haven't found something that like sticks yet.
I think just a little bit higher than what we have now.
Okay.
So I think shaping the corner to your jaw a little more. Because what I'm seeing is that like it's fine, like even like when you look at the profile, it's like, oh cool, and it coming out a little bit too far towards me. I want it to stay nice, snug against your face. To the side, you have your beard contouring your face, and it's still sharp.
Yeah.
This corner is brought too far out and boxes out your slim face.
because that's what I was trying to do, is like
Yeah.
keep that long shape. And you're right, that corner there. It's like I always feel like
Yeah.
and I didn't want to like hack it off and kind of ruin it.
So what I did was just, again, with the silhouette, being able to, I'm not, you know, doing it at home is always different than a barber doing it, because I can stand over here and see that silhouette and see that shape as a whole. Back then, get some razor on everything.
Yeah, nice.
Just got some 4 Vices utility balm. I'm gonna get back into that beard. Soften everything up. I started using my utility balm again on my stubble. Man, I've just been lazy for like a week and a half. That's all this is, and see where I get.
The old Ben Affleck.
I think over the years, I've been compared to a few like celebrities or athletes. Ryan Reynolds, I've got that a lot. And then there was a quarterback for the Vikings, Sam Bradford. I get that quite a bit too. Yeah.
So it's something super easy for you, man.
Yeah.
Kind of what you're going for. You got that textured, spiky, forward, and then once you kind of live with it for the next couple of days, you'll figure out like where to scrunch it, and that's basically what to do, is just scrunch it, and then you can part it if you want. You can not part it. You know, just all the way to the side looks good. Whatever you need to do.
But this is something I did a while ago, and I was like, you know what? I've loved it. It's one of my favorite pieces.
Oh, dude.
And so I figured I'd give that to you.
Dude. Look at this.
It's a little abstract. It's got some like gold flakes in it, so like when you move it in different lights, like you'll see the highlights of the gold that comes out. So
Dude, that is really rad, man.
yeah, you always do art on me, so I figured, you know, around the holidays I can give something back.
Hey, I'm Mark. I think that Beardbrand products and the Beardbrand mission, they've really helped me kind of wear my beard and present it to the world in a way that, honestly, for the first time in my life, like, kind of makes me feel kind of handsome. You know, sometimes. But anyway, thanks, guys.